あれじゃん。そうですね。そうだよね。なるほどね。あれとか、それとか、それな。Is there a correlation between personality type and language learning? It is scary enough to speak our native tongue as introverts, so imagine how it feels to speak a foreign language. According to a psychological study published in 2021, there are 4 factors that influence the ability to acquire a language: openness to experience, conscientiousness, extroversion, and agreeableness. On behalf of my fellow introverts, I believe that we do have a strong grasp of literacy because we're more likely to be into reading and writing. However, speaking requires a different skill, develops through social experience. And the problem might not have been my language skills, but rather my social skills. These are the key factors that kill fluency. Number 1. Perfectionism or afraid to make mistakes. This one is very common for me. I normally don't want to jump into a conversation unless I'm really sure about what I want to talk about. I would rehearse a lot of things in my head before talking to somebody, which is definitely a recipe for stagnancy. Number 2 is psychological pressure. This one is really interesting because whenever you experience this type of nervousness or language anxiety, it's typically whenever you perceive an interaction as danger instead of a possibility to form connections. This is when you treat a social interaction as a high-stakes performance rather than a casual exchange. It can be really frustrating because there is a large gap between what you're capable of and the knowledge that you currently have in your target language. The last one, this one is very important. It is having too much passive vocabulary but less active training. Do you also get this feeling whenever you think that you understand completely what the foreigner is saying, but whenever it's your turn to speak, nothing comes out? So the reason for that is you have too much passive vocabulary or passive knowledge instead of having things that you can actively pull out from your brain. We have this thing called our lexicon, which equates to basically the sum of words that you know. You can know so many words, but if you're not able to use it, then those words will remain in your passive lexicon versus having them in your active lexicon, wherein you can just use those words depending on any situation or context. So then this leads us to the question, how do we go from passive speech to active speech? Here are some ways that I want to share with you guys that were really effective for me. First, challenge yourself to write in Japanese. Now, I know that a lot of people say that writing is completely useless since speaking is the ultimate goal. Although if you think about it, if you're still unable to express yourself fully, and if you think that the ideas that come out of you are still fragmented, your grammar is still chopped, I do recommend trying to write first. The goal really is just to express without the time pressure of conversation, since writing is a much slower process wherein you can think about the words that you can use. You might be worried, how am I going to write if I don't know kanji? Well, if you know hiragana, then just write in hiragana. You don't have to write it in kanji. Just write what you know, write about your day, as simple as that. And then eventually, if you think that you now have a basic grip of expressing yourself in Japanese, then I do recommend talking to yourself. You can just do it any time of the day. You don't even have to speak out loud. Just convert your thoughts into Japanese. And then I also have a habit wherein I repeat certain phrases over and over again until I think I got them right. Because sometimes you can quite catch whenever you say something off. I think when you do this more often, you are less likely to mess up those phrases and words that you've already practiced yourself whenever you are now going to talk to a native person. And eventually, if you think you now make less mistakes, try to record your own voice speaking Japanese. Try to simulate a conversation or podcast, pretend you're in an interview. You can talk about anything, or you can also try to choose your own topic. Speaking about choosing a topic or simulating conversations, there is an app that can do roleplay sessions for you. MochiKaiwa allows you 3 core features: learn, practice, and role play. In Learn, you can study over 1,000 new words and sentences through well-structured, step-by-step guided lessons. You will speak and receive instant pronunciation correction, which I think is especially useful for anyone who wants to self-study and practice their speaking from the start.
私は高校の学生です。
私は高校の学生です。Then there is practice, where active recall and shadowing are used to effectively reinforce vocabulary and phrases you've learned from the Learn section.
仕事、
仕事、
会社、
会社、
会社員、
会社員。Lastly, in roleplay, you can practice dialogues that simulate real-life situations such as traveling, ordering food, making friends, and more. This helps you learn how to respond more spontaneously, improve your fluency naturally, and build confidence before real-life conversation happens. One interesting feature as well is, while role-playing, you can choose from 6 different characters to talk to, and after each conversation, you also receive detailed feedback on different speaking aspects, helping you better understand your strengths and improve more effectively over time. Furthermore, you also have the option to customize your own scenarios and choose a voice to practice with. That tsundere Michi is quite interesting. Let's try Dere Dere Mochi. As you can see here, there are 6 different characters that you can choose from.
お席へご案内しますね。こちらがメニューです。
ありがとうございます。じゃあ、醤油ラーメンを1つお願いします。
かしこまりました。それでは特製醤油ラーメンのご用意をさせていただきますね。少々お待ちください。
以上です。ありがとうございます。
どういたしまして。こちらこそありがとうございます。
And we've got our results. And to see your consistency and the words you've mastered, you can easily track it on the progress section. MochiKaiwa is both available on Google Play App Store. Try it today to achieve Japanese fluency. Thank you so much, MochiKaiwa, for sponsoring this video. Now let's talk about techniques to lower anxiety while you do conversation. Number 1, adapt a worst-case mindset. Briefly acknowledge the worst thing that can happen, for example, a moment of silence or a misunderstanding. So by expecting that these things are normal and can indeed happen during a conversation, I think you are less likely to become nervous once they do occur. Secondly, it's the 70% rule. For every conversation, try to aim for only 70% instead of 100%. Explicitly give yourself permission to butcher sentences or forget vocabulary. Number 3, try to use words that can channel you back into the conversation. For example, あれじゃん、そうですね、そうだよね、なるほどね、あれじゃん、あれとか、それとか、それな。I think there are more fillers that you can use, but those are basically ones that I commonly pull out whenever I don't know what to say. Next, prepare 2 to 3 safety phrases. So whenever you are stuck or lost, don't worry, because if you have these safety phrases, then you are basically good to go. For example, you can try saying ちょっともう一回言ってください。ちょっともう一回言ってくれませんか? That means, can you please repeat that? Can you please say that again? 今なんて言ったの? What did you say? すいません。もっとゆっくり話してもいいですか? I'm sorry, can you please try speaking slowly? Lastly, accept the fog. What I mean by this is, in native level dialogue, you might only understand 80%, sometimes 60%. Learn to be comfortable with the fog and use context clues to fill in the gaps rather than panicking over a single unknown word. We often focus on talking, but George Bernard Shaw once said, the biggest problem with communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Don't just aim for the illusion of fluency, aim for the reality of connection. It's important to remember that extroverts also stall in language. They tend to also have disadvantages, such as not spending enough time to study grammar and oftentimes their goal is getting the point across. But for true fluency, you need to move past good enough and aim for precise. In the end, you don't have to be an extrovert in order to achieve fluency. Regardless of personality, a good balance of active practice and disciplined study will take you far in your language journey. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more Japanese updates. If you have any more questions regarding Japanese learning, feel free to comment them down below in the comment section. Also, if you found me from this video, yes, I am the Anya voice impersonator.
アーニャです。ずっと前から父の娘のアーニャです。
People have been sending me requests to record ringtones for them. So if you're interested, you may send a DM on my Instagram at saciayen. This week's shout out also goes to KuyaM04 for being the first customer. Thank you so much. All of my social media accounts and email are linked down below.
もうアーニャはもう疲れてきた。
では、見てくださってまたありがとうございます。サチでした。またね。バイバイ。